Hiya besties and welcome to another video on my channel. I am the kind of crafter who goes through a cycle of starting a bunch of stuff, then finishing a bunch of stuff, and then being out of stuff to work on. So I start a bunch of stuff and then we repeat, and the cycle is cycling, as it tends to do. And today I am feeling the urge to tie up some loose ends. Aha, you thought we were starting stuff today. Nay, we finished stuff. And I am really excited to start working. On the agenda today is a sweater modification, some cross-stitching, knitting a sock, some spinning, and also maybe we also work on a custom My Little Pony. Maybe. And of course, it wouldn't be a Shaiyeh Finishes Projects video without me doing it all on a tight deadline. So we are once again setting our sights on 24 hours of working. Here I will add in my usual disclaimer that I will not be working for 24 hours straight. Nope. I will be utilizing the timer app on my phone because staying up to craft for 24 hours is really bad for you, and I shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be doing that, we should all be staying safe while crafting. So if you think a timed challenge sounds like fun, go ahead and do it, but please follow my lead and use your timer on the phone and work for as many days as you need. Just make sure to log all the time you use until you're at 24 hours, okay? Okay, fabulous. Thank you so much for staying safe. But with all of that out of the way, let's go. The first thing I want to do is a sweater modification with the help of the Orange Quality Control Inspector. He thinks the quality is subpar in these sleeves, and I honestly agree. This is a project I finished 5 years ago and I have barely worn it due to the fact that I really dislike the sleeves on it. They are designed with a rolled hem, and while it's maybe cute, I don't like how it behaves, so I want to add some ribbing to them today. I'm starting this by picking up stitches around the bind-off edge. I can't be bothered to undo the edge, but honestly it's fine. I will make a possibly risky decision though and knit these sleeves 2 at a time. I have never knit anything 2 at a time before, so no time like the present, am I right? I mainly chose to do this because knitting with black yarn is a bother when it comes to counting rows, and I know I will lose track however well I'm counting and logging my rows despite only needing 6, so this way they will turn out identical. But honestly, this was a breeze. 2 at a time was a lot easier than I thought it would be, so I totally see myself knitting socks this way in the future as well. This is the Garden Gate sweater by Jennifer Steingast, by the way. It's such a gorgeous design, honestly, so I'm looking forward to being able to use this more. I decided I wanted to be a little extra, or honestly just treat myself to a very nice finishing on these sleeves, so I went for a tubular bind-off for them. It's become one of my favorites, especially in sleeves, so I figured why not? And friends, I am so glad I did, because look at them, they are perfect. Just perfect. Finally, I can start wearing this. But first I am going to block it, because guess what? I actually never blocked this one before. I know, pretty embarrassing, but here we go. On the blocking mats you go. Speaking of blocking, I am going to quickly iron my boo doily that I finished just before this video. I am using a damp towel at first to add extra steam because the steam setting on my iron is pretty unreliable, but then I just went in and ironed the doily directly. It's a cotton yarn, so these ghosties can handle the heat. I loved making this one, it's just so adorable, and it was a free pattern too. That one, just like all of the other patterns I mentioned in this video, will be linked in the description box below the video. But yeah, there we go, all done! So cute and so spoopy. But speaking of cute and spoopy, let's work on some cross stitch. I want to finish my pink Halloween pattern by Colourfully Sarah today, and we only have a few things left to do on this one. I need to fill in the grey and pink, and then it will finally be finished and ready to be placed on my wall. This has been my wind down personal project lately. Isn't it just precious? Honestly, I love all of Sarah's designs and I own a lot of her patterns now, so I'm very excited to be so close to finishing this one. I am planning on starting either a bread or pasta pattern of hers soon to hang in our kitchen. This one though will either go on the wall behind my desk or on our picture wall. I don't know if this is a little too sweet for that wall though, as it has mainly spooky motifs, but we'll see where we'll end up putting this. I have been so excited to fill in the pumpkins with pink. It's gonna be so cute. So naturally I saved that for almost last. My very last step though will be the yellow details in the hat and candle. And besties, look, it is done! Oh my goodness, I love it so very much. Like, how cute is this? So cute. That's how cute. But speaking of cute, this sock. I needed a break mid getting ready for stream, so I figured I'd work on my sock for a little bit. Mainly because I wasn't meant to work on the sock on stream and I really wanted to get past the heel before streaming. I am bad at counting to begin with, but make me talk and read chat at the same time and it's usually kind of a disaster. So on we go with knitting the heel. This sock has my favourite heel construction, with an eye of partridge flap and a gusset under the foot. Luckily heels are pretty quick to knit, so I made it before streaming, and now we are continuing on the next day with the rest of the foot. I'm striping the colours myself for this one. I designed it with self-striping in mind, but it's also a perfect scrappy project, so now it's time for a grey stripe. And then a pink one. And a magenta one. And then it's time for toe. I made my contrasting heel and cuff in dark red, so I'm going for this colour again in the toe. The very last step is grafting the stitches to close off the toe. And of course, weaving in the ends, but most of them were already woven in. Thank you, past me, for weaving in as you were knitting. Honestly, that is the best knitting hack. If you haven't yet, I highly recommend trying it. But yeah, that is a sock all done. Yay! Good job, everyone. Now we go on to the next project, and that is going to be spinning. Many months ago now, I think in April, I started a My Little Pony inspired spin in these yellow and lavender floofs. I spun up 100 grams into a fractal spin, and I have another 100 grams here prepped and ready to go. I just never got around to actually spinning it, but today we make the time. Today we get around to it. Fractals are fun. Basically, you double the colour repeats for each strand of singles you'll be applying together. So for my first strand, I will be spinning one long piece of yellow followed by one long piece of lavender. For my second strand, I'll do a repeat of the colour sequence. So yellow, lavender, and then yellow, lavender. And for the third ply, I'll double what I did in the second strand. So 4 repeats of yellow, lavender. And then we spin it all together into one yarn. Super fun. Also, this wool was so nice to work with. It's merino for the lavender and cormo for the yellow. Both are super smooth and buttery, but with completely different characteristics. Either way, this was super nice and relaxing, and we had many visits from Queen Elsa, who for some reason really enjoys it when I'm spinning. She shows up when I get the wheel out and just wants to be on my lap as I'm spinning. It's so adorable. She's normally not a lap cat at all, but the spinning wheel is her favourite. My singles are done, so it's time to ply the yarn. It's pretty straightforward. I spin all 3 threads together in the opposite direction I spun the yarn, which, by the way, is one thing I managed to do differently to my first skein of this yarn. I accidentally spun the singles in the S direction, aka counterclockwise, so now I will ply it in the Z direction, aka clockwise. I did my first skein the other way around, but that's okay, it happens. But there we go, that is one finished skein of yarn, and together with its other half. Amazing, I am so happy, but you can totally see the yarn directions. Oh well, it's okay. Speaking of pony, however, say hi to a sad looking baby pony. I got this one from a collector friend, and today I want to give this pony new life. She needs a good clean. That orange is all rust from the metal washer that holds the tail in place, which did a poor job at that as the tail has fallen out at some point in her life, but this is my plan. Anyway, a loose plan. We'll figure it out as I go. Here she is, all cleaned up and ready to be painted. We also need to pick out some hair for her. I think I want to go with, yes, this candy apple colour is great. Also this chocolate brown calls to me, and I want some white in there too. I think this will go great together with the pink. Awesome, let's get going. I'm going to quickly sketch out the symbol again to make it a bit more clear for myself. I want it to be a mug of hot cocoa with steam and then peppermints and sparkles trailing down the leg. And I'll be using a pretty limited palette with these paints today. I'm going to be using my Army Painter wet palette also. This is like such a smart thing for painting minis or dolls or ponies or what have you, as you have a wet sponge in the tray with a sheet of parchment on it, and then you put the acrylic paint on the parchment and it stays wet for longer and thins the paint a little bit too, which I prefer. I primed the areas I'll be painting before starting with a sealant, and now I'll get straight onto painting. I like to work in many thin layers rather than thick ones, gradually building up coverage. Next, I'm dry brushing on some blush, which right now looks super harsh. It's a trust the process kind of thing. We gotta work through the blurring face. No panic, only calm. While the face fully dries, I'll also start working on the symbol. Yes, I am an old person, an old-timey pony collector. I refer to the bum markings as symbols, not cutie marks. Did you know the term cutie mark was originally introduced in Generation 3 ponies, aka in 2003? Well, I collect Generation 3 as well as 1. This is a Gen 1 pony, so I will call this a symbol. Sorry for the slight info dump. I am just a nerd when it comes to pony. And here is Cheddar being hands-on with his quality checks. Anyway, progress has been made and we now have a face. Yay! And a finished symbol. I kinda freestyled this as I had no real plan for the colours when I started, but I love how this came out. Super sparkly. But we gotta give her some hair. For this, I'm using yet another Army Painter tool. Army Painter, please sponsor me. I promise I play Warhammer too. Sorry, but this mini drill is great for rerouting pony hair. How, you may ask? Embroidery needle. This is a needle where I've cut off half of the eye at an angle. I'll find the middle of the hair, get that into the eye of the needle, then I'll prep the plug hole with a push pin. This makes it a little larger temporarily so the needle won't break. The vinyl will close back up around the hair after a bit. Then I just push the hair into place and voila! Normally I use an actual push pin, but I could not find the one I've been using for years, so I chose this YouTube appropriate pin instead. It got the job done just fine. But yeah, that's the method, and I am striping the colours for more candy cane vibes. Super duper nice, I love this. Now let's give her a tail. I used 2 zip ties for this, one in the middle of the hair again, as it will be folded double, and then one around the folded over hair. Then I just pull it through the tail hole, and that's literally it. We do need to trim the hair though, as it's all different lengths. The very last step is of course putting the pony back together. And styling, of course, as the hair is looking kinda gross, but it's a pony and that is also us at time. Hi besties, has it been 24 hours? Nobody knows. Nobody knows, because I accidentally stopped using the timer at 14 hours. I don't know how that happened, but here we are. But I think we are roughly at time, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But oh my goodness, we got so many fun things done today. Let's recap a little, as usual. First, and kind of the proverbial elephant in the room, look at the sleeves. They turn out so good. This is a sweater I've barely used because I could not stand the rolled hems on the sleeves on this one, but now it's perfect, absolutely perfect, and I am so happy. And I predict I will get a bunch of wear out of this one now. Next up, I blocked my ghost doily finally as well, and it is now living on the living room table until I feel like it's Christmas time. It's the spooky corner of the room anyway, so every day is Halloween. Then, speaking of Halloween, I finished my Colourfully Sarah pink Halloween cross stitch, and oh my god, I love it so much. I still have to add some backing, don't tell anyone, and I need to find a spot on the wall for this, but come on, how cute is this? I love it. I fell in love with this pattern instantly when I saw it the first time when Sarah posted it in August, I think. I just had to stitch it. So now we've made it, and now we're done, and it's after Halloween, but it's okay. I love spooky stuff, and it's pink, so. But speaking of kind of spooky and pastels, we finished up a sock. Yay! This is one half of a sock project of my latest pattern. This is one half of a pair, so I need to be casting on the second sock before second sock syndrome kicks in, but I'll do that later. Today, maybe. This weekend. Socks are a good weekend knit, right? But yeah, this is my most recent pattern, as I said, the Broom Riders socks, and I wanted to make a pastel version. So this is it. Here we go. And now that I'm thinking of it, it's kind of pastel Christmassy, which I love. So perfect for this in-between season we're in right now between Halloween and Christmas. But anyway, I love these and I'm really excited about my pattern. And the knit along, there is a knit along, it's still running until the end of November. I am officially extending the deadline to the last of November instead of the 21st because I want to. So in case you want to join in, there is still a bunch of time left to knit a sock or a mitt. So yeah, links in the description box for the sock and mitt and info. So if you want to join that, you can join that. But yeah, I made a sock. But yeah, next project we did was this yarn. We made yarn, besties, we made yarn. I'm so glad I finally got around to spinning my second skein of this Lemon Drop the Pony inspired yarn. Lemon Drop is my top fab pony, so I am stoked to have this now. I made the first skein, because I have another identical to this one. I made the first skein back in April or May or something. It's been a long time. So the fibre has just been sitting prepped and ready to go since then. So yeah, I'm really stoked I managed to match the thickness of the yarn kind of perfectly to the first skein as well. I didn't reference the first skein before starting. I just went and it turned out good. So that's a win. Not very responsible of me, but it's a win. But anyway, now I have to figure out what to do with 200 grams of kind of funky yarn, but I'll think of something, it's okay. But speaking of pony, we made a pony, like a custom pony. This little one started life as a scribbled on rusty, dirty, no tail baby cotton candy that I got from a pony collector friend. Normally I don't make custom ponies out of Generation 1 ponies as they are vintage, but this one was in a bad enough state where I find it to be acceptable to make a custom. A full restoration is kind of like when you have to repaint stuff and cover stuff up or change hair or whatever. That's kind of a custom job already, so that's kind of my parameter for if it's okay to bait it for custom work. But yeah, we made a custom pony. Anyway, I made this wee baby, and I think I'm calling it Mocha Mint. And she still needs her hairstyle because it is all over the place and kind of stripy. I mean, it's stripy because it got stripes, but like, you know, greasy and gross looking. But yeah, she needs her hair styled. But I literally finished her like an hour ago, and I needed to film this now. So here we are. She's finished, and I am very, very happy. I haven't made a custom pony in years, so I am very, very happy. I kind of wanted for her to have a little sniffly red nose as she's a winter/holiday pony. So yeah, very, very happy. Very happy. But yeah, that's everything we made today. What's your favorite out of the ones we made today? Let me know in a comment down below. I must say my favorite is tied between Halloween, cross stitch and pony, but let me know yours. And if you're not feeling up for chatting, that is completely fine too. Go ahead and leave some winter themed emojis in the comments as well. I'm feeling the holiday hype right now, so throw me some snow and like Christmas trees or something like that in the comments. And while you are down in the comments, please also take a tiny second to like the video if you liked it, as that helps me out a ton. Thank you. And if you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for watching today. I am so happy to have you. If you are new and you'd like to keep seeing what I get up to here on the channel in the future with my videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button down below and also ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. We do all kinds of fun things on here, like knit and crochet challenges like we did today, project vlogs and videos, cozy life vlogs, and also live knitting and crochet hangouts. So if any of this sounds like your kind of thing, please feel free to stick around and join the cozy little crafting club we have going here on the channel. And also don't forget to check out my socials and links and all of that down in the description box. I have links to my shops for patterns and stuff. So yeah, that's down there. And also my second channel if you like Animal Crossing. Anyway, that's me talking a very, very lot. So I'm gonna let you go and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all so much for watching today. So you guys take care now, and I will see you again very, very soon in my next video. Bye!